obviously I'm really proud of our guys. I thought that was a heck of a basketball game. I thought that our guys had great energy. I thought we were really connected. I thought we played with some toughness. Thought we played like we practiced. We had some really hard practices the last 3 days. Guys did a really good job of absorbing the game plan, being locked in. We got contributions from everybody that played, at least make one or more positive plays. I think it's probably about as good as we've played in a long time over the duration of 40 minutes. So I was really pleased with that. It's definitely something that we could build on. Give them credit. They made some plays. The thing, obviously, that I've got to take a look at on the film is we're the 11th ranked team in the nation in defensive free throw rate and fewest fouls, and there's a 28 free throw differentiation in the game. Now, 3 of those times we fouled late, and I understand 6 of the free throws. We've got to play a lot harder without fouling. I used to work here, and I know they're pretty good at it as well, and we take a lot of pride in it. That's the highest number of free throws that an opponent shot against us all year. And that was the difference in the game. You know, you look at a 2-point game and it's plus 19 on free throw makes and plus 28 on free throw attempts. That is enormous. That is enormous, especially for us, a team that takes a lot of pride in that. And like I said, is 11th in the nation in that category. So we'll have to take a look at that because ultimately I thought that was a big difference in the game. Questions?
The second half has kind of been an issue for you the last few games.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this
Wasn't today. We battled, man. We were good. You know, didn't necessarily come up with some secret recipe, or I basically put it on the captains. I've been hard on those guys, Nunn and Abrams and Tate and Hill over the last 3 to 4 days, and those guys really responded. So I got to give credit where credit's due. They had our team ready to play both halves. They had our team prepared to play 40 minutes, and our kids played 40 minutes today. And it's definitely something that we can build on.
Coach, you mentioned free throw differential. What do you think Ohio State was doing, or were they doing anything specifically to get themselves to the line more often than you guys were able to?
Like I said, I'm going to watch the film. We've got to do a better job of playing hard without fouling. We're 11th in the nation. We chart it in practice. It's up on the deal. Guys run for it. We're good at it. And today we weren't good enough at it. We got to take a look at it. We got to do a much, much better job than what we did today. There were certainly some mistakes that led to those free throw attempts. We fouled jump shooters a couple times, and we did. We hit them. And we can't do that. That's a cardinal sin. We don't do that. And we did that twice. And we've got to take a look at that. We've got to be a lot better in that area.
John, could you talk about how Giddens impacted the game defensively around
Yeah,
the basket?
I just think their fives in general top. You know, they're 8th in the country in shot blocking percentage. I thought that those guys obviously blocking 9 balls. You know, you emphasize going into the game, you know, to be smart about how you attack a shot blocking team. But there were a couple where Giddens and those guys came out of nowhere and gave great effort to block shots. You know, I think on the one, you know, I told Tate he's got to dribble it out and pass or whatever. He said, I never even saw him coming. You know, and he has that knack for doing that. I think he's terrific at blocking shots. And, you know, I showed him several plays coming into the game where he would come from the weak side. And it isn't like he just blocks the one where he happens to be in the vicinity. I think he's a really good defender. I think their team is good defensively. And, you know, I think he's going to do nothing but get better, certainly moving forward.
Coach, you guys shot 32 three-pointers tonight. Was it really like a live by the 3, die by the 3 type of mentality for you?
You know, there were a few possessions where I thought, you know, I can think of the one we had in the first half. We drove baseline out of control. I thought Hill had one in the second half where we were trying to stymie a run. And we've had a tendency to do that a couple times here and there. And I didn't, you know, we wanted to get that corrected. We talked a lot about that the last 3 days, to trust each other more. And I thought we did that today. I mean, I thought we got pretty good looks. We got a great look on the last ATO for Fink at the top, and he just didn't make it, you know. That happens sometimes. Like I said, give their guys credit. I thought the Loving drive that he finished, the last 3 they made, the play underneath the zone to Tate, great execution on their part, and they made few more plays there at the end. Our guys kept battling all the way, played the full 40 minutes, and that's something we can definitely build on for sure.
John, this is a Ohio State question. You know, they lost 4 in a row early. and now they got it going again. Was there any doubt on your part that at some point they would get it going, knowing Thad like you do?
No, they're going to keep getting better. We talked about that before the game. We're going to keep getting better. You know, we're in a little bit different situation right now with some guys out, but you know, we're going to keep getting better. Today was a great step for us. You know, great step for us. You know, today may have been. I'm trying to think of the last game where I felt we played that well. Maybe UAB in Florida. I mean, we did some good things today. We really did. And our kids battled. I'm really, really proud of them. We're going to keep getting better, and they'll keep getting better as well.
I think he had a really rough first half. What did he do differently in the second, too?
I just played the game the right way. I mean, he did it in the first half too, Scott. Just a couple things didn't go his way. Sometimes that happens. But he's pretty tough, man, for a young guy. Like, you know, he doesn't let that. A lot of guys that are young let a first half like that, maybe where shots don't go in, start to affect them a little bit. He doesn't. He just plays the play that's in front of him. I think it's one of his greatest strengths.
John, welcome back. A little
Thanks,
bit
Clay.
feature-ish here. Your friend Thad is going no tie and a little scruff this year.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess when you've been at one place that many years, you can do that stuff, I guess. I don't know. You know, it seems to be a trend, you know. I thought about going with it today to mess around with them, but my mom got me a brand new tie for Christmas. You know, I don't want to let my mom down. You know, if Top knows my mom, I didn't want to let her down, so you know, I had to wear the Christmas tie that she bought me.
Out-rebounded, sort of just tough times in the paint. Is that strategic? Is that tactical? Or is it just personnel?
Yeah, personnel a little bit, but and their personnel too. You know, give them credit. They're good at it. I mean, they're big and long. They got 3.5s that are 6'10", 240 plus. I mean, they're good on the glass. And we worked really hard the last 3 or 4 days to block out well. I thought we did it for the most part, other than a stretch in the first half where I thought we had 2 or 3 soft blockouts. But other than that, I thought we were pretty good in that area, trying to control what we can control, you know, based on who we are and all that. I thought that our guys really played every area of the game today. You know, they did a lot of really good things, took care of the ball. I thought we executed on offense. I thought our defense was good at times. You know, I thought the zone was good to us at times. They made a couple big shots late there, and we decided to stay in it. So kudos to them. Again, my biggest concern is, you know, fouling is a mistake. And we stress that to the nth degree, and I'm really disappointed. We've got to get that cleaned up.
Coach, you only gave up 8 hoops in the first half. I feel like that was the best defensive half of the season.
Played good D. Yeah, sure did. Yeah, I thought we played really well defensively. Ironically, I thought the best part of the game we played offensively was the beginning of the game. We couldn't make a shot. You know, we had some good things that we got there early, and just we didn't make enough of them early. But I don't worry about that. As long as we're playing together and they're good shots and they're shots in guys' wheelhouse that they can make, I think we've got some good shooters. And, you know, over the course of time, I think, you know, they'll fall at a relatively high percentage. But, yeah, I thought we did some good things at that end for sure. I thought we really competed.
Not all for Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
We'll let players spread out here in a minute or two.